Hello everyone, my name is Katerina Romanenko and I'm the Executive Director at Diolli.com. And today, together with our beautiful leading matchmaker Svetlana Mucha, we changed a little format of our video, and today I will ask her questions, and today again we will discuss very interesting topic. I think that we will discuss it in many videos more and before, but it is very interesting. I'm sure you will enjoy it. Of course, we will talk about expectations, again expectations. And what will be the main topic today is what usually ladies expect from the first dates and what should men expect from the first date. So, Sveta, what do you want to say about, first of all, ladies' expectations from the first date?
First of all, I want to tell that it feels refreshing to be sitting here and not to be the one presenting the guest, presenting the name of the video. I actually like it. You should film more videos, I think. You should do it more often, and I will be the one sitting and enjoying the show.
Okay, we will try.
Guys, what do you think? Do you want to see more Katerina next year or this year? Don't worry, you will see plenty of me, plenty of Katerina and Alessia, and also we will introduce our new Cupids. We have 2 new Cupids on board in 2022. Let's return to our topics. Expectations of ladies when they go on a first date and what gentlemen should expect from the first date. If we are talking about the ladies, of course, a date with a foreign gentleman, it's a new experience. And for the majority of ladies, it will be the first time when she's going out on a date with a gentleman who flew from another country, who speaks another language to meet her. So, of course, the level of expectations regarding this date, it will increase. It is natural. And also, the whole situation when the lady is introduced to someone through the matchmaker, it makes this introduction more special. On the one hand, yes, it increases the level of expectations of a lady because this date is more special. So one can say that it will be very hard to reach those expectations. On the other hand, she has enough time to romanticize the whole experience, and this date for sure will stand out among other dates that she ever had or that she will have. So, of course, when she's going out with a foreign gentleman, she expects something special. She will feel more stress, first of all, because of the language. Even if the lady is fluent in English, we have seen it several times when, for example, her level, I would call it intermediate, so it is enough to have a conversation. It's conversational. Of course, probably she won't be able to discuss math or physics or maybe talk about some illnesses. Please don't do that on first dates. Don't touch these topics. But it will be enough to talk about herself, her hobbies, life in general. But when she goes out on a date with our client, she acts like if she doesn't speak any English at all. Not because she wants to pretend, but because she feels stressed and really under pressure. It is quite hard to switch to another language if you're not very fluent in it, or if you believe you're not fluent enough, or simply if you don't have enough experience of speaking to native speakers or to foreigners. So yes, ladies, they expect some special romance. Unfortunately, just like many guys, ladies also expect pretty often butterflies in their stomach, sparkle, and sparkle is so overrated. And just like guys, sometimes they give us feedback that, oh, I didn't feel a sparkle, or I didn't feel chemistry, or I don't think he's the one because I can't imagine marrying him. When you ask her why, well, I didn't feel it somewhere here that he is the one. First date is not an indicator if he can be your husband or if he can't be your husband. Of course, if he didn't do anything drastic on that date and anything crazy like getting drunk. One client, unfortunately, in 2021 got drunk on his date with the lady. So it was a turn off, actually. What else do ladies expect? They expect that they will be loud. They expect that they will be attracted to a gentleman physically. They expect that they will enjoy the date. Healthy expectations for both gentlemen and ladies should be to meet someone new someone interesting, and to have a good time. Though unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen try to see future kids in the eyes of each other right on the first date. And when they don't feel it, when they don't see those kids, they think that this person is not the one. What else ladies expect? Well, in our culture, pretty much it is expected that on the first date, gentleman brings flowers, but I can't say that ladies actually expect flowers. It is a nice bonus. But yes, usually they expect to be taken to a nice place, since the majority of our female clients buy new dresses, do their hair and makeup, and to go to a coffee shop to have coffee wearing like extremely high heels, a nice dress, and to wear your hair up and like evening makeup. That's a bit ridiculous. The lady will feel overdressed. So, guys, if you try to mirror these expectations, they are quite similar to male expectations. To meet someone new, to feel chemistry, to feel a sparkle, to feel that this is the right person, to have fun time, to feel special. Everybody wants to feel special during the date. To feel that another person likes you. We all want to be liked. It is normal, and ladies want to be liked as well. To feel that another person wants to see you again, to understand that the other person enjoys your company. So, quite normal wishes.
And do you remember during more than 13 years of your experience, then after the first date, any lady said that she fell in love after the first date with a man?
A few times, unfortunately, and to be honest, it didn't lead to anything, because first date, it's way too soon to claim that you love a person. Then it means that you have this very superficial understanding about love. 2 hours, you can't really get to know another person. Of course, in movies, they often show it that they see each other, their eyes meet, and they fall in love. This insta love, they also often show it in books, in romantic novels for ladies, but in real life, it doesn't work like that. So, years after first dates, I have heard it both from some gentlemen and ladies that he is the one or she is the one. And the funny thing is that usually the feeling is not mutual. The lady believes that the date was fantastic, terrific, and they are already in love, or the gentleman believes that it is so mutual and there is such a strong mutual attraction, but the other party of the date give the feedback that I was bored, it was average, I'm not sure if I should go on a second date, I'm not sure I am attracted. So sometimes people are not really good in reading their partner, and they can't understand that, for example, the lady or the gentleman is not actually that interested, that he or she finds this topic boring, and he or she is just being polite.
And what about chemistry? That chemistry that all gentlemen, they always try to give all their feedback after the dates based on that chemistry that they felt or they didn't feel. And ladies also, their feedbacks, they are based on that chemistry that they are hoping to feel after the date.
We all want to look good in the eyes of other people, and ladies and gentlemen, pretty often they don't want to tell a matchmaker or a psychologist that, oh, I'm this shallow person who judges others just by looks. And usually, first dates are for 95% about the looks. And pretty much two people meet and they try to understand if they find each other physically attractive, if they are not turned off or even repulsed by some habits or by some features or by something that the other person is saying, doing, etc. By the smell, by the voice. So pretty much you can understand it only if you meet in person. Because if you are talking online, yes, you can be talking on phone, but still you won't get the same level of impression as if you were meeting in person. So pretty much when people meet for the first date, they try to understand if they like what they see. And of course, to tell a matchmaker that I'm this shallow human being and I don't want to go out with him or with her again because, in my opinion, he is not or she is not hot or good looking enough for me. They claim that, oh, there was no chemistry. And when you try to dig deeper and to ask a gentleman or a lady, can you define chemistry? What exactly was liking or missing? Oh, just chemistry.
And what is the main difference between females and males' expectations before the first date?
I would say that even though women are usually more open minded regarding the looks of a gentleman than men, which doesn't mean though that for the lady, looks of a gentleman is not important. Forget about this so called famous saying in Ukraine that a gentleman should be a little bit more attractive than a monkey. It is not so. I think ugly men have created the saying as an excuse why they can stay on their sofas, why they shouldn't be going to gyms, etc. Though women pretty often they romanticize the whole experience, and unfortunately, before they actually go to this date, before they go out, they create this image how they should feel during this date, what a gentleman should tell them, how he should react to her new dress. I remember once the lady has told me that she doesn't want to go out on a second date with a gentleman because, in her opinion, he was not smitten with her looks. She didn't feel it during the date that he finds her the most attractive woman on earth. I think her expectations are a little bit unrealistic because really to be smitten, like, are you Miss Universe and you are wearing this crown on a date? That's a little bit too much. Though sometimes gentlemen actually want to feel smitten with the looks of a lady, and I don't know what they create in their minds, what type of looks they want to see when they meet a really very attractive woman by Ukrainian standards. And in Ukraine, there are many beautiful women. So, especially if you travel from the West and you land in Kiev or Kharkov, in a big city, or in Lvov, you will be surprised how many attractive women are here in Ukraine. So when a gentleman is meeting a very attractive woman and he gives a feedback that I was not smitten or wowed with her beauty, and you ask him, like, have you ever felt like that on a date? No, but I want to.
And do you know the new version of that saying about the man has to be more handsome than a monkey?
No.
Now people say that a man has to be more handsome than his winter coat.
Oh, I like that one. Or his winter shoes.
Yes, so and what kind of recommendations you can give to a man to have really healthy expectations about their first date? What can happen on the first date, or what can't happen? What kind of feelings they have to feel during this date to understand that it was successful, that they have to meet with this lady again, to get to know each other better? What kind of expectations are really healthy?
First of all, I want to tell everyone, both to gentlemen and to ladies, that they really should have a bad date. And I often tell it to ladies, because if you have never actually had a bad date, then you can't appreciate a good one. How do you know that this lady in front of you is actually gold if you have always been only on good dates, for example, with the help of a matchmaker? Like, you didn't have no-show ups when you are talking to someone on Tinder or at any website or any dating online platform, and for example, half of people actually do not show up on your dates. Then the fact that your date have actually showed up after talking to you online, it will mean more to you. Or for example, when your date has showed up just to eat, and I call such women one night meal. It doesn't mean that the evening will finish with passionate kisses and it will finish in your room. No, pretty much she will have a meal and you will pay for it. And usually such ladies, they are on Tinder, at some online platforms, and sometimes my clients tell me that, oh, I went out with her and she has ordered a meal not only for herself but also for her kid and a babysitter to take away, and she has assumed that I would pay for it. Or for example, she has brought a friend. Unfortunately, crazy dates happen. So when we schedule a really good date for a client with a nice lady, and for example, she has brought chocolate. Not so long ago, we have scheduled dates for our client, and he is young. I think this is the reason why he couldn't actually appreciate when a lady is doing more for him, and she tries her best. She has bought some very expensive chocolate for him, like Ukrainian chocolate, and it was in very beautiful boxes, and she has presented it to him on a first date as a souvenir. And he has decided not to see that girl again because he's thought that she's not hot enough for him. But what actually has upset me as his matchmaker, he has decided not to take her gifts with him back home. He brought them to our office and he was like, you can enjoy this chocolate, I don't need it. And I was actually a bit disappointed because that lady, she has made an effort. She has chosen the chocolate. It was expensive. She bought it for him without knowing him. Of course, now you can tell me that, oh, do you want to say that he had to start dating her because of the chocolate, that bribe? Of course not, but I believe in dating karma. So it is important to treat other people the way you want to be treated yourself. And when you have experience in dating, when you meet different people, then you can differ really good attitude to you from, I would say, neutral attitude and from poor attitude. So the majority of our male clients, they are so surprised when ladies actually bring them something for their first date. When they give this present, they often tell that, oh, I have been actively dating, like on this paper letter dating sites or on Tinder back home, and never it actually happened that a lady would bring something to me, for our first date. Everybody likes gifts, it's attention, and when the lady tries to do more for you, well, I think it is smart to appreciate such things. And also, when you have experience of dating different people, you can see that, for example, this lady for 2 hours is actively listening to what you are saying. She tries to entertain you by sharing interesting stories, jokes. She's not in a hurry to leave. Her phone is in her purse, so she's not distracted. She looks at you, she smiles, she encourages you to continue this date by actually listening to what you are saying, by asking questions, by ordering coffee. She shows that she doesn't want to leave yet, she doesn't want to finish this date, or she suggests to have a walk in the city. She suggests activities that you might like by listening to you. So you can see that she's really interested in getting to know you better. It doesn't mean that she's already in love with you. For example, another lady, when she is more interested in browns in her salad than she is in you. So gentlemen can compare. And of course, when gentlemen have very little dating experience, regardless what age group they are from, we had clients in their 50s, in their 60s that haven't been dating for a while, and they actually can't appreciate a good date when they have it, because it's in our human nature. We think that it will always be better, the grass will always be greener. So if I am having such a great time on this date, if I'm getting so much attention, then for sure I will get even more on the next date.
And for example, what if we see that the date went well and we get feedback from a guy that everything went fine, we had so great conversation, and she agreed to meet with me again, but after that, when we take a feedback from a lady, she's not open to meet again. What kind of conclusion a man should make, and what is it usually about? What happened? Why she is not open to meet again?
Again, different reasons. It can be, you can call it shallow, but she simply didn't like the way the gentleman looks. For example, she thought that he was taller by looking at his photos. Or for example, also recently we have scheduled a date for a gentleman and a lady. We have scheduled several dates for the gentleman, but this lady, she was 16 years younger, so she was the youngest of his dates. And she honestly said that during the date, she felt that he is old. She said that she felt like she was meeting a friend of your father or maybe an uncle. She didn't feel romantic connection. Perhaps if she was meeting another gentleman who was 16 years older, she would feel differently. But she said that such a huge age gap is not for her, and she has declined the next date. And the gentleman was furious. Other ladies, they were a bit older. They were also like 10 years younger than he is, 12 years younger. They have given other feedback. And the gentleman was shocked that how come she could say no to him. So first of all, if you are having a good dating experience in a sense that you actually date, you go out with real people, you do not stick to online dating, you will understand that it is normal that not everybody will like you. And pretty much it's a gamble, and half of your dates will end up with nothing. So either you will not find a lady beautiful enough, or she will find you not hot enough. Maybe she will be bored. Sometimes gentlemen think that, oh, I'm so easygoing, and the lady is giving the feedback that he was talking all the time. I have tried to distract him with a few questions so that we can possibly switch the attention of the gentleman to another topic, and maybe I will get a chance to share a story as well, but he was talking all the time. And the gentleman is giving the feedback that, oh, she was asking questions, so for sure she was interested. First of all, when you go out on dates, when you do it often, you will get a chance to actually learn how to read other people if you give it a try, if you start paying attention, because sometimes people like talking and they enjoy how they think they look while they are talking. They believe that, oh, I have just said something very smart, and they enjoy it. They brush their egos, while some people love being in the spotlight, while other gentlemen enjoy it when the lady entertains him. He thinks that, okay, I flew over, so now it is her turn to invest into this relationship to be. She should entertain me by sharing stories, asking questions, smiling, and looking beautiful. That's not the case.
And I think that a lot of our subscribers and just viewers of this video, they will think, analyze, and understand that, oh, it's not about me, my expectations are absolutely healthy, I can meet the person that I have in my dreams. It just didn't happen yet because of some reasons. I was busy, I was doing my career, I just didn't meet her yet. But how to understand if the problem is not that he's just busy or doesn't have time to go on dates, but exactly because his expectations are not realistic. How to understand that?
When you're meeting many people, for example, you had 10 or 15 dates, or maybe 20 dates, and you believe that all your dates are not good enough for you, that they are not hot enough, that they are not young enough, that they are not smart enough, their English is not good enough. When you keep finding excuses, after all, maybe you are afraid to start a relationship, because with all our clients, there is always 1, 2 ladies, 3 ladies that want to date them. With all our clients, even with those who end up empty-handed, there is always a girl, sometimes 2 girls, that show a really strong interest after first 2 dates. It doesn't mean, though, that she was the one. But it means if the gentleman really wanted to start a relationship, there is a girl who matches all his criteria, who shares his values, who is looking for similar things in life, she has similar long-term goals, but for whatever reason, because, for example, the gentleman thinks that she is 3 years older than the perfect age, or she is a little bit shorter, taller, that she's not blonde, or for example, that she is less attractive than the other girl.
So, if we discuss again the first date, the first 2 or 3 dates, is it possible to fall in love on these dates, or it is something that can be built later, or what people should expect in the meaning of love on the first stages?
I don't believe in love at first sight. I don't believe in so-called insta-love. If we are speaking about serious relationships, if we are speaking about relationships that have long-term potential, because to really love a person, you have to get to know a person. Usually people confuse love with strong physical attraction. They like the way the lady looks on this first date, and or the lady likes the way a gentleman looks, and they assume that just because this person in front of them is physically what they find attractive, he or she is a 10 or whatever, then this person has to, first of all, choose them back. It has to be mutual. And this person for sure has all the qualities he or she is looking for, just because she is beautiful or she is the youngest, which very often is not the case.
So you have it has to take time, or what time limit it has to take to build this love connection, or there is no limit, or
Okay,
how to understand?
first date, it usually lasts 2-3 hours, 4 hours. During these 4 hours, it is humanly impossible to discuss all the important questions, to understand if your values are truly align, if your long-term goals align, if your sense of humor is similar, if she can truly understand your jokes. Because 4 hours, it's nothing. Yes, it's enough time to let your imagination go wild and to create this crazy image about the other person. And this image, it won't have much in common with a real person. It takes time to get to know a person, and you have to spend this time together, not only in a beautiful restaurant on a date, but also surrounded with other people. You have to be together when, for example, you are having a bad day, how she will react when your mood is off. You have to be together when she is having a bad day, for example, when circumstances are against you. Our Australian couple got married after being apart for 20 months because the borders of Australia were closed. They were already engaged, and well, it was a huge exam, I would call, our challenge for their love. I'm not saying right now that you have to be apart for 20 months. No, unfortunately, for another our couple from Australia, it was a dead end for their relationship. Unfortunately, they did not survive. Well, it is a little bit unhealthy to be separated for 20 months. But if we are talking about love, you have to get to know a person. You have to spend time together. You have to live through a moment when, for example, she is having a very good day, and for example, she got a promotion, and you, vice versa, you are having a very bad day. How she will react, vice versa. When one of you is sick, you have to live through certain life circumstances. Then you can only after it, you can claim that your relationship is strong and you are in love. Because one date, 2 dates, 3 dates, you can fall in love only with the looks, only with this pretty picture.
So I hope that today a lot of our viewers will get answers on their questions about expectations, how to prepare themselves for the dates, that they will have healthier attitude to the first dates. They will not expect for that chemistry that only in their mind, and we hope that it will help them. We want to thank Svetlana for taking time and for answering our questions, because they were very important, and we will try to make such videos more often. If you have questions, exact questions that you want me to ask here in videos, then please leave them in comments to this video, and we all want to wish you healthy expectations and to have only successful dates that will lead to something serious, and especially to get this experience that we were talking about, experience in dating that will make your dating strategy healthier and your expectations more realistic. Don't forget to press like to this video, to subscribe on our channel, and as always, from Diolli,
With love.